I'm Yvonne and here's what happened this week. Taiwan has launched its first domestically built submarine in the port city of Kaohsiung. It's part of an effort to boost the country's defense industry and protect its surrounding waters. Our reporter Jaime Okan was there to see it happen.
Taiwan unveils its first ever domestically made submarine. After 7 years of development, this comes as a milestone in Taiwan's self-defense capabilities and was celebrated by ceremonially launching the new vessel. President Tsai Ing-wen says the achievement defied expectations.
将会永远地记住这一天。过去潜舰国造被认为是不可能的任务，但今天由国人自己设计打造的潜舰，就在大家的眼前，我们做到了。
The Indigenous Defense Submarine, or IDS program, has been in the works since 2016. Before, Taiwan had tried to purchase submarines from the U.S., but with little success. Other countries also feared sparking a reaction from China if they sold a sub directly to Taiwan. So over the past few years, U.S. and U.K. weapons contractors have helped Taiwan design its own submarine in secret.
Taiwan has procured a lot from the United States, the UK, and others, but it has also gained a lot of know-how just from bending the steel and putting a submarine together. And hopefully that also can help push Taiwan's domestic shipbuilding capability forward.
Taiwan has been looking to enhance its domestic defense capabilities and move its reliance away from other countries for its security. This submarine is the first of a fleet of 8 that will monitor and defend against Chinese military activity, which recently saw record highs. Earlier this month, China sent a record 20 naval ships around Taiwan in one day. And Beijing has conducted exercises simulating a naval blockade of the country's main island. It's military activity like this which prompted Taiwan to start developing its own subs. The head of the submarine program says that these vessels will be used to prevent China's access to waters outside the so-called First Island chain and keep China from encircling the country. The submarines would operate in deeper waters towards the east and boost the ability to break a blockade by China, which has the world's largest navy. Protected by deep waters, these submarines and their advanced torpedoes would aim to destroy high-priority ships like China's aircraft carriers.
I mean, there is no doubt that having submarines secretly operating in and around those waters, that is going to make China second and third guess its planning.
Taiwan has a relatively small defense budget, so these submarines are a huge investment. The first submarine costs over $1.5 billion US, and the entire program is worth up to $16 billion. Some analysts are worried that this could mean spending too much on the wrong systems.
You can still come up with clever ways that they could be useful, but then you have to ask yourself the question, what's the opportunity cost? For the cost of a submarine, what else could I have purchased that might have given me a lot more when it comes to being able to delay, degrade, and deny that invasion? And the answer is quite a bit.
But local security analysts disagree and say that submarines are vital to protecting the surrounding waters.
潜水舰它在就是面对中国威胁台湾的时候，它可以在巴士海峡跟宫古海峡就是封锁住解放军的这个海军进入台湾的东部。
While the first submarine is ready, it won't officially enter service until 2024. But the hope is that this new vessel and the ones that follow will prove to be a valuable investment in defending Taiwan's waters. Joseph Wu and Jaime Okan in Kaohsiung City for TaiwanPlus.
China's President Xi Jinping says complete unification with Taiwan is, quote, inevitable, while marking the anniversary of the founding of modern China. Take a listen.
实现祖国完全统一是民心所向，时代潮流。 历史必然，是任何势力都阻挡不了的。
Xi broke conventions, gave the National Day speech, which is usually delivered by the Chinese premier. Xi also mentioned both the One China principle and the 1992 consensus, contentious political terms referring to China and Taiwan being the same country. TaiwanPlus reached out to Taiwan's foreign ministry and received no comment. As Taiwan's presidential election approaches, the candidates are laying out their platforms. At a conference in Taipei, the three main hopefuls discussed how they will promote gender equality in Taiwan. Tiffany Wang was there.
A move that shocked many in Taiwan. Popular actor Tammy Lai was named the running mate of independent presidential hopeful Terry Guo. The billionaire founder of Foxconn, one of the world's largest tech manufacturers, is making his second presidential bid. He ran and lost in 2020 and may now be betting on a woman to improve his chances in this election.
今天在这里正式告诉大家，我接受郭台铭先生的邀请，搭档参选中华民国第16任总统、副总统。
Lai is known most recently for her role in the hit Netflix show Wavemakers, which helped spark a Me Too movement in Taiwan. The show, and the numerous accusations of sexual misconduct that followed, has started a conversation about women's status in Taiwan. It's also pushed the other presidential contenders, all of them older men, to make clear how they intend to further gender equality in the country if elected. At this forum on women in corporate leadership in Taipei, each candidate laid out his position on this topic. Frontrunner Lai Ching-te of the ruling Democratic Progressive Party highlighted his role as second-in-command to Taiwan's first woman president, Tsai Ing-wen. He said he would strive for more female representation in his cabinet.
未来我如果有机会领导这个国家，那这个内阁女性1/3以上的这个是我们的目标。
Hou Youyi of the main opposition Kuomintang outlined plans to increase women's participation in STEM fields.
科技的创新永远在台湾是一个关键最重要的一个地位，所以台湾未来的发展不但寄托于半导体，寄托于 AI， 更重要，它会让国家的安全更得到保障。所以女性扮演很重要的一个关键角色。
But many were interested in what Ke Wen-je, the third force candidate from the Taiwan People's Party, would have to say. Ke has been criticized for making offensive comments about women, particularly female political leaders. Taking the stage at the Corporate Leadership Forum, Ke says he hopes to have women stay in the workforce longer. He said that women working past retirement age could help improve Taiwan's GDP. Candidates here may have said all the right things, but the public may need to see more concrete actions to get their vote.
With national elections just months away, voters are more focused than ever on how to better empower Taiwanese women and how candidates can help make that a reality. Andy Shi, Jeremy Olivier, and Tiffany Wang in Taipei for TaiwanPlus.
Firefighters have held a protest in front of the cabinet building in Taipei, demanding the right to form a union. This comes after a factory explosion in Pingdong killed 4 of their comrades. John Van Trieste reports.
Outside the cabinet building, simmering anger boils over. These firefighters say it's time for the governments to get serious about protecting them. At the top of their list of demands, the right to form a union with a say in working conditions. Current law says that can't happen, and the rescue workers want that law to change here and now. But the officials sent out to meet them say there are procedures and proper channels to go through first. It hasn't gone over well.
各位也不需要这么激动哈。为什么不能激动？我们什么时候可以进去开会了？都死多少人了？
A fire in the far south of the country ignited the firefighters' anger. A factory caught fire, then exploded in Pingdong County over the weekend. 4 firefighters are among the dead. Since the disaster, it's become increasingly clear there were missed opportunities to save lives. First responders got incomplete information about the flammable chemicals inside. Now it's emerged the factory wasn't even zoned for dangerous substances, leading to inspectors carrying out the wrong kind of safety checks. For some here, it's opened up old wounds from other factory fires.
我们分队，跟我同一个分队的3个学长死在里面。我们台湾的违法工厂、违章工厂这么多，还是每年在增加。那这些雇主有什么责任？他们没有。
They see a pattern of lax enforcement of safety rules, which firefighters sometimes pay for with their lives. The Interior Minister says this will change, with dispatchers getting reports on factory contents. But firefighters here aren't stepping down from their union demands. After a silent protest, 4 firefighters were allowed inside to talk with officials. But the protesters say they're not going to stop at talking. They say they're determined to get the law changed so they can form a union and save their comrades from more preventable deaths. John Su and John Van Trieste for TaiwanPlus.
Authorities are warning about a new online scam, Eric Gao reports.
Get paid for watching some videos? Sounds too good to be true. And it is. It's a new scam appearing on Taiwan's social media. Fraudsters post ads for the scheme on various platforms, drawing in victims.
使用赖假冒投资公司之客服人员，以诈骗的话术诱使被害人加入投资群组。被害人进行投资后，会以小额出金方式取得被害人信任。
With that trust, victims put even more money into the scheme. But in the end, those investment funds are stolen, along with the victim's personal information. Police in the central city of Taichung have caught the scammers, even one who tried to escape out a window. The 6 suspects face up to 3 years behind bars if convicted. Scams like this tend to target younger people who may not be as wary about digital fraud.
有趣的好玩的，或者是有一点陷阱的话题议题的话，他们就掉进去就看一下。
网络影音太发达吧，所以他们有可能就容易会去信这个，而且现在比较多是有点像冒用网红或者是 YouTuber 的身份去做剪辑产出的影片。
Authorities are urging internet users to be on alert when looking at online ads, especially any that seek investment. Andy Xue and Eric Gao for TaiwanPlus.
Academics from Taiwan and China met for their annual Cross-Strait Forum on climate change and renewable energy. But some topics remain off the agenda. Sally Jensen has the story.
Taiwan and China's political relationship has not always been smooth, but one area where the two countries can set aside their differences and work together is humanity's biggest challenge, the climate crisis. With Chinese participants dialing in via video link, experts from both sides of the strait are holding their annual forum at National Taiwan Ocean University to discuss developing renewable energy.
我们集合两岸有关气候变迁与这个永续能源、可持续能源这方面专家学者可以讲是最顶尖、最好的一个开会的一个会议了。
尽管两岸的形势持续复杂多变，这个大家有目共睹。在海峡两岸的科技文化交流史上也是少见的。
Taiwan and China are both highly industrialized countries. China is the world's biggest emitter of carbon dioxide, while Taiwan is one of Asia's biggest per capita emitters. In line with international climate agreements, they have set net zero emissions targets, with Taiwan aiming for 2050 and China for 2060. They are also key manufacturing hubs, with China dominating global production of solar and wind power equipment. Taiwan supplies much of the advanced semiconductors used in much of the world's tech, including renewable power units. Other countries are reliant on both for components essential to the energy transition. But some are trying to reduce their reliance on China, citing economic and energy security concerns.
We seek to responsibly manage the competition between our countries so it does not tip into conflict. I've said we are for de-risking, not decoupling with China.
China has aggressively rolled out renewable energy domestically, often at the expense of rural communities. In Taiwan, where space is at a premium, the transition to renewables has led to land disputes and protests, and the government has faced pushback on its net zero plans from environmental groups. But NGOs and civil society are not participating in this day-long climate forum, which is focused firmly on the scientific and technological aspects of renewable expansion.
Taiwan and China are putting aside their political differences to try to reduce their environmental impact on the planet. But without politics, human rights and climate justice issues also on the agenda of their Cross-Strait Forum, many will wonder how lasting change can be. Eason Chen and Sally Jensen in Geelong City for TaiwanPlus.
Thank you for watching Here's What Happened. Finally, we leave you with images of Bhutan's Thimphu Sechu Festival. I'm Yvonne Yang. Take care, and I'll see you next time.